The US-China trade talk continues despite the delay. We see a good chance for both countries to reach the deal eventually in the next 1 to 2 months. The key focus is really on how much China is going to purchase from the US, as well as China's reform commitment to further open its financial market to the US companies. So we already see the companies like S&P, the rating agency, who has already entered the China's market to provide the rating services to the domestic bond market. So this should be positive for the bilateral relationship between China and the US. The uncertainty still remains for the US-China trade relationship. I think for the market watchers, they will closely watch 3 areas. The first area is China's industrial subsidies. The US government think they may create the unfair advantage for the Chinese companies to compete in the global stage. So will China bow to the pressure from the US government? That could be one of the areas to be watched out for. We are seeing a lot of pressure from the US to force China to reform their industrial policies, intellectual property rights, to stop the forced technology transfer. So are we going to see more structural reform from China, such as SOE reform? That could be another interesting thing to watch out for. The third area is about enforcement. That could be one of the most difficult areas for the bilateral relationship. So far, the US has proposed up to 18 meetings per annum for the enforcement. Well, China brought to the US pressure to comply with all the US demands and the requests. That remain to be seen. If the US and China is able to reach the deal anytime soon, so we might see kind of the half-year honeymoon period. The minister-level meeting between the two countries will only happen every half year. This half-year honeymoon period could be positive for the market risk sentiments. In terms of the impact on the currencies, one of the key reasons for renminbi to depreciate in 2018 was the concern from the trade war. So with the reversal of all the trade war impacts, we might see the potential support to the renminbi, together with the return of the capital inflows. So we think there's a good chance for renminbi to appreciate further against the US dollar in 2019.